Tips.
Family show. All right, guys. Welcome back to the Pulse of Willie and Al. How's it going today, brother?
Dude, not too bad. Not too bad. It's actually the first nice day here we've had in, I don't know, 16 years, it feels like.
Yeah, I heard you guys have
Jesus.
been on a cold streak there.
Cold, rain. Tomorrow's supposed to be 90, and then I think it's supposed to be back to being cold again. So
Yeah, what you just said, that's how it's been here lately, 90. So,
yeah.
we're feeling it. But yeah, summer. Summer, baby.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we're so close.
yeah, and as you mentioned, because you kept saying like, oh, if this is still the way it is in June. I think actually you were saying July. It's one of the J's, right? Then you'll
Yeah,
believe stuff.
yeah.
But well, June will give us some belief in some of the teams. But we are back today with episode number 80. Bro's about to get cut. And today we're going to break down everything from Major League Baseball, touch on some NFL news for y'all. Before we jump into things, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that like on the video, and keep showing us the support that you guys keep doing. So thank you. Let's go ahead and dive into Major League Baseball, which is it's kind of interesting because here we are in June. We're filming this today on June 3rd. And now teams are starting to kind of further the divide within their divisions. And I guess divide, division, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. There we go.
yeah. No, I always like to say that after Memorial Day, you kind of start really figuring out who you are as a team and
Yeah.
like what your season's going to look like. Unless you're the Colorado Rockies and you've known what your season looks like since about April 4th.
Well,
But
futility is now they hold the record, I believe.
yeah,
Uh,
they just got their 10th win last night.
I know, I saw that. It's
Beautiful,
against
beautiful.
the Marlins, who really, if it weren't for the Rockies, are one of the worst teams in baseball too. Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyhow, all right. So let's dive into things. In the AL East, we got the Yankees. They've extended their lead to 5.5 games. I mean, they got absolutely crushed by the Dodgers the other night. But
yeah.
my
First
dad,
two games they got dump trucked.
yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
my dad called me after that. He's like, "Did you see that? That was good." So, kind of funny, but they've really, and I know people are laughing about that, but here's the thing: really, they've been on a serious roll lately. In their last 25 games, they've gone 18-7, and I mean
Yeah,
that's very very good. And if you look at what they've been able to do just over the last 10, they're 8-2. So they're really trending in the right direction. They're playing good baseball. Yeah, Judge isn't over 400 right now, but he's flirting very close to it, even though Freddie Freeman's coming out of nowhere to try to challenge him for the batting title right now. It's just kind of crazy. But I just think it's awesome to see Judge not no longer, but he's still a power guy, but he's leading the league in hits too. And it's just very nice to be able to see someone with so much power be able to put the ball in play as much as he does.
yeah. Right now it's him and Goldschmidt just straight up carrying the team and hitting. And
Yeah.
Goldschmidt is a much older player who's just kind of having a career resurgence here. So
Yeah. Uh,
but yeah, no, Judge already at 21 home runs. They keep pitching to him, which is hilarious.
mhm.
Kind of like Otani. Like they just keep yeah, it's just wild to watch, man.
Yeah, in that game that
Max
they got smoked, he hit two dingers in that game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Max Fried, and for pitching wise, like Max Fried's been.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't expect this from him because I just assumed he was gonna get hurt. But him and Rodon, man, are a combined 14-4 right now. Like,
Yeah, Freed, I knew he was good. It just the Braves weren't going to be able to re-sign him, so I knew he was going to hit free agency. You kind of hope they take a step back when they go to a different team. I mean, just out of jealousy a little bit, or maybe envy. But
yeah,
he's definitely pitched very well. He's got himself right in the lead right now for I think firmly for Cy Young in the AL, and we haven't even hit the All Star break yet. But we could be looking at a 10-game winner uh, before
yeah,
before the All Star break. Kind of
Things to
crazy.
look out for though with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Their closer Luke Weaver out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep. I saw that.
So
Yeah.
that's not great. Other than that though, they kind of really play in a and my Red Sox play in this division, a real shitty division this year.
Hmm.
So I think they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
Uh,
of my Red Sox, I'm going to Fenway tonight. First game of the season for me.
amazing.
Yep, they're going to play the Angels.
Yeah.
Um,
They should get a win.
well, they didn't last night. Mike Trout hit a 450-foot home run
Yeah.
at Fenway.
No big deal.
Absolutely, absolutely tattooed it.
Yeah.
So
He broke the green wall. That's
yeah, I just
um
one of those. The pitcher didn't even turn around. Just
you just
no
kind of
need.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna mention to you is well, you guys just called up one of your big prospects as well, I believe.
Oh yeah. No, it's. I just. I just want us to call up Roman Anthony. Like I'm not asking for a lot here. Like just call the guy up already.
Yeah.
Like the Royals did it with their big prospect. Like, just call him up.
Yeah.
Just call him up. It's fine.
See what
Like,
happens.
he's absolutely crushing AAA pitching, and but here we are.
Yep. I don't know.
So
It depends because you guys are right on Toronto's heels. We'll see what ends up happening moving forward into July. Maybe you guys can bridge the gap with the Yankees there. Um,
yeah, I saw Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer back in April.
hmm.
They were playing a game. They were playing a game against the Rochester Red Wings in Rochester, and I happened to be visiting a buddy of mine out there, and Marcelo Meyer hit a grand slam so hard he hit it out of the stadium. He got called up shortly after that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very
yeah,
interesting. Must be nice, right?
yeah, yeah.
That
It's
kind
okay.
of
We don't
thing.
have any pitching though, so that's fine.
Ah, as long as you keep hitting them out, it gives your pitchers at least a chance to make some mistakes, right?
I guess. Yeah, our bullpen's not very good either, and we've been walked off I think 6 times already this year. So
That does not feel good either.
nope, we are. I think we're 6-15 in one-run games this year. Just not great.
No, that's not a
Not
winning
great.
formula. Uh,
No.
in the AL Central, Detroit, they're starting to widen the gap in their
Yeah.
division, and still major league best record, the first team to 40 wins. But I think the numbers that really speak to it is they're 21-8 at home, which is second only to the Mets when you see it, and that's I mean they're getting it done. They're not getting a lot of run support lately, but they're finding ways to win. But I just a few what was it within the last 2 weeks they dropped 3 out of 4 to Cleveland. Does that have you worried or?
No, I think they're fine. I really do. I worry about their offense a little bit
Mhm.
because that gets a little anemic from time to time. And you can really see it with Scooble sometimes. Like he has to pitch lights out every time, and maybe he gets 2 runs of run support. And that's like cool, but like I don't think that's sustainable. But when you're the first team to 40 wins by like a wide margin too, by
Yeah,
4 games,
yeah,
like
that's a big deal.
that's pretty good.
Especially
Like,
when you consider the teams that and the payrolls that are ahead of you in baseball.
oh yeah,
No one was picking Detroit to win 40 games first this year. Not ahead of the Yankees or the Dodgers or the Sox. Anybody, right? Like it was not going to be them that you were going to pick. Um,
right.
but yeah, they're widening the gap there, and I think it's going to be their division unless something drastic turns around where they head in the wrong direction. It looks pretty good for them this year. In the AL West, you've got Seattle and Houston. They're just neck and neck right now. But like you've said many times, like someone legally needs to win that division, and it doesn't seem to interest me in the least which team it
Well,
is.
it does me only
Ah,
one
really?
reason. Seattle has a catcher named Cal Raleigh who has 23 homers this season,
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
his nickname's the Big Dumper. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just out there for big guys everywhere, man. We
Yeah,
love him. We love
yeah.
him.
That's
But yeah, no, he is for a catcher, he's having an all-time season right now, and like I said, already at 23 homers. We're just barely into June, so who knows what that goes to? But he just night after night just keeps hitting them,
yeah.
and he keeps kind of carrying this team right now. And Houston, like weirdly enough, I don't know how they're doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Mhm.
do not understand how they're doing it.
Yeah.
So
Raleigh, by the way, I think he had like 12 home runs in May alone.
yeah, no, he had a lot
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
He had a
So
lot of them.
he's definitely been playing very well. In the NL East, we won't mention my team, but the Mets and Phillies, they're up top, and they're very close to one another. But the Mets have just been on a tear over their last 10. They're dominating teams at home, as we mentioned before, right? They're holding the league leading record, 24-7. I noticed Soto's getting a lot of bad publicity lately, and just kind of your thoughts on that. Like, did he make the wrong decision going to the Mets, or like what are you feeling on
Well,
your
he's
end?
kind of doing some like weird shit right now. Like I think it was the series they played the Yankees
Mm-hmm.
where he like came back to Yankee Stadium
Mm-hmm.
and he just like did the thing where like you could tell that series was really hard for him.
Mm-hmm.
But then he did the thing where he just like got dressed and like dipped on the media. He like told the media, "Hey, I'll be right back," and then just never came back. Which, for the record, is a move I would pull if
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to anybody. I'd be like, "Nah." But the Mets are going to be all right. They're the Mets. I don't ever trust that they're going to like figure it out. Like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Um, and for what it's worth, like Atlanta, like Acuna came back and just keeps hitting dingers, dude. Like
Yeah.
you guys pitching has not been your strong suit right now.
No,
Like,
it hasn't. They're really struggling, and now they were right over 500, and now they were 4 games under. It just, I don't know. They got to hit a streak and be able to win some games, and it's tough right now with what they got going on. But they've got the talent on that club to be able to turn it around. I think they need to be able to start hitting better as a team. They need to start pitching better, and maybe things will move around for them. Um, Kind of interesting as I was looking at statistics as you look at the NL Central, right? The Cubs, they're up 4 games in the Central, but they've just been playing really well. And I guess I didn't realize how well they have been playing, but they have the second highest run differential in the league next to the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees have them by 1. I think they're 90. They've scored 97 more runs than they've given up. That's insane. Like I just
Pete Crow Armstrong has just been a revelation this year for them.
By
Like,
the way, what was it? His mom was an actress in, what was it, Little Big League?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I thought that was awesome to see.
yeah.
But he actually, I mean, he grew up in LA, right? Sherman Oaks, so just
Mhm.
on the northern side of Los Angeles there. And yeah, he's been a stud for them this year. Um, they I got a weird feed on Instagram the other day from this like fax MLB or something like that. It wasn't oh, what was it? They were trying to like mimic Fox and stuff and saying that he was getting suspended for 90 games and stuff, and I googled it and I'm like, thank God that's not true, right? Like just out there feeding misinformation for that. It was just cuz he's such a fun player to watch. Like it's just, I don't know. Anyhow, so it seems like the Cubs are doing really well there, and they're again, like it feels very similar to the AL Central where they're just extending their lead. Um,
Yeah.
Playing good
Cardinals
ball.
Cardinals in Milwaukee though. Milwaukee winner of 8 straight right now. They're
Yeah,
kind of they're surging.
yeah.
Cardinals play really good defense and like that kind of keeps them in a lot of games weirdly
Mm-hmm.
enough. The Cardinals have a lot of guys that I feel like I have to baseball reference if I'm watching a game that I haven't heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of same with Milwaukee. They have some guys left over from that team, but like again, so I think that central race is going to be tight. It's really the three of them because Pittsburgh is just if Paul Skeens isn't pitching, they're terrible.
Well, he's.
Um,
I mean, what are your thoughts on him? Because the rumors have already started, and I know that's basically like what feeds a lot of the media is rumors. But of him, of Pittsburgh, there's no better time to trade him than now. And I got to get your thoughts on that because I see him ending up in a Boston uniform or a New York uniform, one of the teams, right? Or LA, right?
with the
Like,
Dodgers, let's
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know, man. Like it just I feel bad for Pirates fans. Like
Mhm.
this guy's like the best pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the league already. And I was wrong. I thought that he was just gonna like get hurt and just have a shitty season after that phenomenal rookie season.
Yeah.
I was wrong. He's just been lights out. He doesn't get run support, which like sucks.
Hmm.
And his record kind of reflects that. And you're just like, you just don't know what to do, man. Like that's
Yeah.
you can't fucking
He can pinpoint real well though, and he's got
yeah,
such
man.
a like a hefty amount of pitches in his arsenal. It's crazy.
His record is 4-5, and he has an ERA of 2.3,
Yeah,
which tells you how much he's let up 18 earned runs, and he's got 5 losses.
it's insane. Absolutely insane. It just, I
Yeah.
mean, do you think now's the time to trade him, or do you think Pittsburgh's going to wait a year, or what are they going to do on this?
Honestly, like, first of all, they just need a new owner. Their ownership's been so bad for so long, and you feel bad for those fans, and I don't know. I don't know, man. Like that seems kind of rough. Like, it, if I'm a fan of the Pirates, I would be like, hey, keep them, try to build around them. But like, I think they all know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
They've had generational talent come in there and do nothing with it. They wasted a whole career of Andrew McCutcheon. Like
yeah, which is really
they
sad.
got rid of Garrett Cole. Like the list just kind of goes on and on. It's kind of like the Marlins. The Marlins
Yeah,
could field a team that could probably go win 100 games with all the dudes they've traded in the last 10 years.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
pretty sad, and
That are
it's the
that are
Pirates are kind of the same way.
and not just that they're good players, like they've gone on to be great players for other teams. That's the wild thing about it. um it's nuts. Moving out into the NL West, you've got obviously the Dodgers, but the Giants and Padres, they're all within striking distance of each other. I know the Dodgers, they've sustained a lot of injuries to that pitching staff. I think they have an entire, like their, I was reading the other day, their entire IL pitching staff is more than a payroll of some of the other teams in
Yeah,
baseball.
I saw that stat.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy,
Oh,
right?
good.
Like, I mean, all these three teams have played well at home, but the road presents its challenges, and like eventually they're gonna have to play each other on the road. So it's, I mean,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
they're
where
gonna
like
wait each
home.
other out. Mhm.
I think that's where like home fields is going to matter in the playoffs for
Yeah.
teams like that. Like, um, can we just quick shout out Colorado Rockies? 10-50 right now. We love to see it. There are 26 games out of first already.
Yeah.
26 games out of first. They're 19 is sorry, 18 and a half games out of fourth place, which is hilarious. And
Oh
my favorite
man.
stat,
Yeah.
their run differential is negative 183.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's
I love to see it. You love to see it.
that's so sad, man.
What's sad is
Uh,
they got their 10th win of the season, the 10th win of the season last night on June 2nd.
yeah.
June 2nd. The next lowest team has 18 wins, and that's the Chicago White Sox, who also flirting again with even more futility than last year.
Yeah.
So,
It's, you know what's crazy about it is like it's almost as if the White Sox had their season last year and the Rockies were like, we can do
hold my
better
beer.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do better
yeah.
than that. I don't know, man. It's really sad. 2 months of baseball gone and only 10 games won. Like, how is that possible, man? Like, oh, and
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
it's just a rough situation all the way
And the
around.
thing is they do well attendance wise. That's
Yeah.
the thing that's like wild. Like they're like middle of the pack attendance wise.
Yeah, do you
Like
know why? Because any team that's coming, people want to see that team play.
probably still counts though.
Yeah, that's wild. Very, very scary. Anything else you want to mention about baseball before we jump into football?
For the love of God, please call up Roman Anthony. That is all. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a lot. Just for the love of Christ, please call him up.
Do it.
Also, our bullpen has gotten as bad as Atlanta's at this point. So maybe I shouldn't have talked that much shit about how bad Atlanta's bullpen was.
Yeah, you want Iglesias? You know, we'll send him
I
over.
he might be an upgrade at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Well, I think I
Actually, no. I don't want him because I've watched enough Braves games. You keep him. You keep him.
Damn it. Well, so let's, since we're joking around and having a good time, let's hop into the NFL, and we could start with the first big joke and surprise, right? So
Yeah.
Bryce Huff gets traded from Philly to San Francisco, and Philly just doing Philly things and clearing their books. He was kind of the
Yeah.
odd man out last year in Philly. Like they got a lot of people on this defense. He just wasn't able to continue that great success that well, I say great success, but that one good season that he had with the Jets. Just you figure with him coming over and kind of playing behind an all-star cast, he'd be able to make moves on that, but it didn't happen. So and again,
He is getting reunited with Sala in San
so he
Francisco.
is.
Yeah.
It just makes me chuckle again because people still keep picking up the phone for this dude. Like Howie Roseman calls, they pick up the phone. Like it just, and I feel
Shout
like
out
he's getting a better deal out of this too.
shout out San Francisco though. San Francisco doesn't have to pay his entire salary.
No, they don't.
Philly's Philly's kind of eating some of that, which is I think as good of as you're gonna get on Howie Roseman.
Is this the worst trade that you've ever seen for Philly? And
No,
I feel like that's saying something too, right? Like,
yeah, no, he like they have a lot of guys on D, and I think that like he just was expendable, and they got him off their books. They got another draft pick that they can stash away for next year.
mhm,
Like they'll be fine.
yeah.
Like so,
And they're world champs, so they'll figure it out. They
yeah,
they
it doesn't
they
really matter.
they reloaded quite a bit. I know that they added some guys in the draft that definitely want to see some time on that defense. So
Yeah,
Jeff Saturday will love this session now, or this segment that we've got. Two big centers they retire: Frank Ragnow and your guy David Andrews, out of New
yeah.
England. So I mean, both of them were just absolute beasts, but anchors for their offensive lines. Andrews, he's got himself a couple rings. Uh, and just kind of your thoughts on Andrews retiring and kind of what goes forward from there.
He honestly big reason that second dynasty happens with the Patriots. It
Mhm.
kind of coincides with him joining the team. Um, he's a big reason why.
Mhm.
Like center is kind of one of the most important positions on that line because you're the guy that kind of sees everything and you're calling out stuff and you have to be incredibly smart to do that. And he like between he and Brady, like that was just like it was just like having a supercomputer.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm sad that he's retiring. Retiring kind of young too at 32, but like also good for him. He's gonna go out on top. Like got a couple rings, made more money than I'll ever know what to do with.
Yeah.
Leaving relatively healthy.
Mhm.
Good for him. Same with Ragnow as well. Like Ragnow suffered a lot more injuries, but like also kind of leaving kind of relatively early in his career. Good for him.
Yeah. You know what's interesting, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a big football fan, but like the fact that we know the names of centers, I think speaks to a lot of like how important the position is in the game now. Even people
Yeah.
that just fantasy football players, like they know a lot of these names: Jason Kelsey, Jeff Saturday, Kevin Mawai, right? Frank Ragnow's in that list. So is David Andrews. Like these are guys that were massively important to their team. And really a lot of times you see them as, like you said, the kind of part of the supercomputer that exists. If you don't have a solid center that knows how to be able to give good direction to the line and diagnose what the defense is doing, it's very difficult to have success. And I just, I think Detroit, it's going to have some impact on them this year.
Yeah.
Even losing their offensive coordinator, but now Ragnow's gone too. Like it just, uh, yeah, it's going to have an impact. Ragnar was
Also
just a
with
mauler too. Like yeah, I
he
feel
was a
like
big boy. He
yeah,
sure was.
just him being able to be aggressive and tenacious at that position, it just that you don't see a lot of guys that are like that are just
Yeah.
fierce, and he was one of them.
And with Andrews too, I think which was cool is he like when he announced his retirement, he talked about like so he got released in March by the Patriots,
Mhm.
and he was the last holdover from the Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't want to play for another team.
Yeah.
And like, kudos to him. Like,
Yeah.
he could have gone somewhere else, got paid probably pretty well, and he was just like, no, I'm done. Like,
It
so
wasn't it
kudos to him.
wasn't yeah, it wasn't exactly the same like retirement video or a retirement speech and stuff, but like it reminded me a little bit of like Luke Kuechly when he retired with Carolina, and Luke Kuechly just was like, "Nah, I'm done." And both of which you feel like, I mean, Kuechly was a little bit younger than he was when he retired and could have played many more years, but uh I don't know. Both of them, I feel like maybe the reason I'm linking the two of them together is I feel like both of them were real big students of the game. They weren't just, oh, hey,
Yeah,
I'm going to show up and play. They really studied and knew the game at a different level than other people. Uh, really cool. Cerebral players for sure.
yeah.
Talking about one that may not be as cerebral, especially when it
Jesus
comes to what
Christ.
we should post and what we shouldn't post on social media. Stefan Diggs, he's now at OTAs after his little boating incident. For those of you that don't know, we're not talking about him crashing a boat. But yeah, he was out partying and decided to show a little something something on the boat that probably he shouldn't have. And we're not talking about something underneath his clothes. So, the league's likely not going to punish him, which I think is fascinating. But the Patriots could. I mean, they could. The punishment might be within itself, right? Like they paid him good money, quite a bit of money.
Respectfully, cut him. You kind of don't like. You kind of don't need that distraction in the locker room. And like, this is he hasn't done this before with other teams, but he's kind of been like a nuisance with other teams. And like, at
Yeah,
some point, like, you kind of are who you are, and like, he skipped OTAs to like go do drugs on a boat, like
yeah. I
with Cardi B.
I mean,
Like,
it was
Cardi
with
B,
Cardi
I get.
B. Yeah.
Yo, I get. Like, Cardi
um,
B, I'm not saying I would do drugs with Cardi B, but like Cardi B, like, okay, girl, okay. Uh, but
girl.
yeah, man, like, I think this is like for Vrabel.
That's not something he wants at all, man. And
I
I
don't, I
could just
can't imagine it
imagine him.
is.
I could just imagine him smashing his head against the wall, being like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, uh, Vrabel. He's
Yeah,
intense
just
too.
like, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
I
know. I don't think they're gonna release him, but like, I think they should.
Out of all the people to piss off, really, Vrabel's the one. Yeah, like,
Yeah, fuck
oh,
that.
he's scary, dude. Scary,
Yeah,
frightening. Okay, moving on. Barkley, he's on the cover of Madden this year. Which, by the way, I might just buy Madden just because of how cool the picture is of him on it. Did you see
yeah,
that?
yeah. I
Of him
did.
with his
Yeah,
like sideways backwards hurdle, like really, really cool. Really cool to see him on there. Do you think there's the curse?
I mean, ask Christian McCaffrey last year.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you think Barkley's concerned about that?
Um, I think when you have a ring, I think I've got to imagine that you're concerned maybe a little less.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think that Eagles this year are gonna. I think there's going to be a regression with that team anyway.
Hmm.
I just there's no way Barkley can reproduce those numbers again. But
Ooh.
I don't think that's possible. Um, and I they're the defending Super Bowl champs, which means everybody and their mother is going to come after them.
Yeah,
Like,
they have a pretty tough schedule, but I'm not going to go so far as to say he can't reproduce those numbers. I think we could see a second 2,000 yard season out of them, out of him. Um,
I think he's going to have a very good season. I think that like he's going to go number one in every fantasy league,
hmm.
and I think everybody thinks he's going to go pull 2,000 again. Uh, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll probably have a good like 1,600, 1,700 yard season, which is a fantastic season.
Hmm.
Just I think it's yeah.
Hey, I
So
mean, we talked about it before, but a lot of people it kind of overshadowed what Derrick Henry did last year because everyone was talking about Barkley this, and I mean Barkley was spectacular, so I don't want to boo-hoo him, right? But
yeah,
Derrick Henry had himself a great year as well. Uh, very good.
yeah.
Um, I know in terms of free agency, we're still waiting to hear on some moves on potential moves for guys like Jalen Ramsey, who I know the Dolphins are trying to shop. I just the amount of teams that are in the market for a $20 million cornerback that's aging or that's aged. Um, there's not many teams out there like that. After they've spent all of their money in free agency, it's going to be kind of difficult. But also Kirk Cousins. Now I've seen rumors linking him to possibly going to Pittsburgh, which
Kirk Cousins.
there's not many things that would make me happier than to see him go to Pittsburgh and actually have success. Uh, uh and listen,
Angry. I would watch a full season of Hard Knocks with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback and Mike Tomlin every week, just being like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, I just think if I don't know to keep Aaron Rodgers out of there, it would be kind of nice if they made that move and just were like, "Hey, listen, you want to go take your time and do all of that." I mean, to me, it just
yeah,
frustrating to see that. So, but yeah, we should get some news on them coming soon. Your guy Kyle Pitts has an undisclosed injury. They're not talking about it, but yeah, I know. See, you have a very heavily developed love that grew a lot last year.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When I was like, "Man, this is gonna be the year for Kyle Pitts," I fell for it. I'm
yeah,
an idiot.
yeah.
I'm an idiot.
I did too. I
I'm an
thought for
idiot.
sure. We could also
I
see
can't
some.
remember what was it. The Bennett League I drafted him in. I
Yeah,
think it was.
didn't you draft two tight ends in that league?
I
Him
did.
and Kittle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and it was like cool for a minute. Um, I got like the 100-yard game out of Kyle Pitts in like week 11.
Yeah.
Um,
But Kittle
yeah,
was good all year because I mean
yeah, Kittle was fine.
they had no one
Got
else to
hurt a
throw
couple
to.
times. It's the George Kittle
Yeah,
experience
he
when you
just
have him on fantasy.
yeah. Even if he gets hurt, he's still like, yeah, I'm playing next week. Don't worry, I'm playing next week.
I definitely lost one matchup this year in fantasy because he was like a super late, like he was
Yeah.
the 425 game,
Yeah.
and it was like a late scratch at like 415 when there was nothing I could have done.
Yeah. That's frustrating to have.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's also some other big names that could possibly get moved. We're talking about Trey Hendrickson. There just really hasn't been much dialogue between him and the Bengals, or at least much positive dialogue. Really, it's
And
just
he's
been, yeah, pay me what I'm worth. Give me more years on the contract. Stop trying to lowball me, and yeah, I want more years too. And I get that, right? Like he wants job security
yeah.
and stuff. Um, but I
He,
don't know
and
what's
he's
gonna
not gonna.
happen.
And he's willing to sit out. That's the thing. Like,
This is the thing that's frustrating is every year it's been something. Either Burrow's gotten hurt, Chase was holding out, whatever it is, and like this is I feel like gonna cause the Bengals again to get off to another slow start. Like you need him there for OTAs, you need him there for training camp. These are like not mandatory reps, but reps that are very valuable that
yeah,
add into the cohesion of the team. And he's a guy that I believe could sign the contract the day before the season starts and show up and still perform. But you
look
need
at
the
Chris Jones last year.
yeah, you
He
need
missed
the
week 1.
yeah, you need the practice with these guys though. And I don't want to roll out a Bengals team on week 1. Like they saw what happened last year. They dropped the first game to New England, right? Like, and
Yeah.
no offense, but they shouldn't have lost that game, right? Like
Oh, none taken. We were
it
we were a dumpster fire last
yeah.
year.
And so at the end, when the Bengals are vying for a playoff spot and they're one game out of it and they need that last week, it makes you kind of think like, oh man, if they had shown up and done this, then like, I don't know.
Or, oh man, maybe they should have fixed that offensive line.
Yeah. Many things, man. Many things. Anything else you want to cover in NFL before we wrap up?
No, that's it. I think we're like a month away from training camp starting, which
Yeah.
oh man, that means you know what that means? That means preseason football, which means then we're talking fantasy football and
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Speaking of which, make sure you get your guide from Uncle Raj. Um,
yeah,
he,
oh yeah, this whole book he's writing on how to be good at fantasy football. Right.
yeah. I
Yeah.
thought the title of it was How to Finish in Sixth Place.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
I
Mr.
should write
Eighth
a book.
Place.
Yeah, I should write a book and give it to him. I'd give it to him for free, and it's how to win a fantasy football championship.
And you can just sign it from your dad.
Yeah, yeah. From you know what? Yeah, from the champ. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Recently, we've found out, Al, that you are actually the father of quite a few of our friends.
I
Um,
really am. Yeah,
yeah,
it's unfortunate, and didn't really want that many kids, but here we are.
yeah, here
You
we
know,
are.
yeah.
All right, man.
I'm everyone's daddy, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
And you've got one zaddy in your life too. So,
I sure do.
yeah, yeah,
Sure, the
yeah.
better John, as I like to refer to him as.
Man, can't leave him out. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up for today?
No, I think that's it, man.
All right. Well, listen, man, it's been real. We will be back next week with some more fun stuff for you guys. But until then, keep it real.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace, bro.
All right, peace. I love you.
Love you too.